Hello everyone, welcome back to another video, and in today's video I'm going to be power ranking the 6 people left in Survivor 46. Now my last video was the top 8 and who had the best chance of winning Survivor 46. I will give more insight as these last 2 episodes have been very interesting and, to be honest, have opened the door to a wide range of possibilities on who could win, and it's also shown who definitely has no chance at all to win. So without further ado, let's get into the video. At number 6, we have Liz Wilcox. Now, I'm between two things with Liz on what her determined fate is, because obviously in the Applebee's episode, they wanted to show sympathy towards Liz, but then right after the episode, in the next episode at the final 7, they went right back to just basically the goofy music over her when she was talking about her allergy situation to Maria, just basically being purpled yet again, not very much content. I think she had like 2 confessionals the entire episode. And even though she hasn't had that much confessionals, to me it seems like she's an integral part of so many votes. She's there for the Tevin vote. She drives the Tevin vote. They need her for the Tiffany vote, or else the plan won't work. And then once again, Maria flipped her over to get Venus out, and she was an integral part in doing that as well. So it seems like she's such an important part of all these votes, but it's unfortunate that they're not showing her, which obviously eliminates her from winning contention. We constantly see her talking about how she doesn't get her way. She's wanted Q out. She's wanted credit for the Tevin move, and Q has overshadowed her the entire season ever since she stepped it up and tried to make the move. Obviously, she was really upset about that. And it screams 0 vote finalist, or does it? To me, it kind of screams fire-making loser. Here's a theory I saw on Twitter, and while watching the episode, I caught something. The question is, did you? We've seen multiple instances of Liz not being able to make fire. We just saw a shot last episode of them purposely zooming in on her glasses with fire in the lens as a reflection you can clearly see. And the question is this foreshadowing? Because for the last 3 seasons of Survivor, there has been a foreshadowing moment. Last 2 seasons of Survivor, there's been a foreshadowing moment for the fire-making loser. Of course, in 44, similar to Liz in this shot right here, Carson, you constantly saw fire reflecting through his glasses. And the season before, you saw Katora, who lost in the fire, talk about how she just wished it was a regular vote and starting fire sucks. Another foreshadow moment. And now Liz, she tried to make fire when she got her rice so she could boil it, and she couldn't do it. She was trying to make fire after the whole Applebee's meltdown. She couldn't really do that. And now we see this shot with fire reflecting off of her lens. Is this foreshadowing that she is a fire-making loser? I don't know. The question is, who the heck would send Liz into fire? The question is, does Liz win the final immunity and send herself into fire against somebody? Who knows? Maybe I'm just overthinking this and she's a 0 vote finalist, but her fate as of right now seems as a 0 vote finalist or a fire-making loser based on those assessments. At number 5, we've got Q Burdett. Now, this one is pretty obvious as well. The last 3-4 episodes, we've constantly been seeing people dunking on Q, making him out to be this chaotic villain of the season. Not very many people other than Maria really like him or open up to him. And to me, there's no way Q gets enough jury votes to win. It seems as if the edit right now is setting up his downfall and Maria's downfall as well. Maybe they're going to be the next 2 to go. I really am not sure. But it seems as if Q is on his way out the door. And if he doesn't go out the door in the next 2 votes, then he is absolutely 1,000% a 0 vote finalist. But he is too chaotic to be a 0 vote finalist, I think. I think he eventually gets his torch snuffed one way or another. I just don't see Q in a final 3. And I don't see him winning either, based on everybody hating on the poor guy. So that's why he's here at number 5. At number 4, I've got Ben Katzman. Now, Ben, by far, has the most weirdest edit out of them all. He's gotten a confessional every episode. they always make sure to check in on Ben at least once an episode, which is really interesting to me. He hasn't been shown very much, but they always make it a point to show him. Now, to me, I think Ben is going to be a very prominent character in this endgame. The question is, what will his role be? Will he be in the finale? Will he be voted out? I don't see them wasting a vote, one of these last 2 votes, on Ben. He either goes out in fire or he's like a 0 vote finalist to me. I just don't see Ben really, like, he's had a good social game, I guess, but we never see Ben get his way. Every time someone talks to Ben, he just kind of folds to Charlie and Maria, because every time they come up to him, oh, here's the plan, he's like, oh, okay, sure. He's definitely the third wheel of the Sega 3 that seems to be on its way to sinking. However, it just seems like he is not prominent in that alliance. They're basically using him as a number. So, I mean, yeah. I mean, if Ben was a winner contender to me, I would put him higher, but I'm just not seeing enough. I'm not seeing enough. Now, here is something someone commented on Twitter that made me think a little bit more. Does Ben win the fire-making challenge? Credit to Survivor fan Sam on Twitter. He puts, I think Ben beats Liz in fire. Ben had a scene about making fire early on, and Liz was shown not being able to make a fire after her meltdown. After seeing and looking back at some of the footage, this makes sense to me. Ben was so happy he made fire. He was crying. And then you have Liz who's struggling. So yes, this could be another foreshadowing or hint in the edit telling us that Ben beats Liz in the fire-making challenge and Ben cements a spot in the final 3. It's just, I don't think the jury's going to give Ben very much credit. So that's why he's here at number 4. But I just wanted to put this tweet out there for you all to see. At number 3, I have Maria Gonzalez. Now, I'm going to say it right now. I do not think she'll win the season. But I do see this next episode probably being a Q vote out. I feel as if Maria finagles her way out of this situation once more. Clearly, the edit is not a winning edit for her. Now, on the island, Maria is by far playing the best game so far, but the edit is telling us otherwise. And I think Maria may get to the finale, but she's being propped up as this big target that's eventually going to get taken out very soon. She's played a great game, but a lot of negative content. I'm putting her up here because of her strategy and how good she's played, but she's going to get taken out, I'd say, in the next 2 rounds at least. At number 2, I've got Charlie Davis. Now, I think Charlie's in a very good position. Clearly, the edit is setting him up to take out Maria. I can just read it from a mile away. That is going to be his big move. But the difference between him being number 1 and him being number 2 is, I think at that final tribal council, Sega just had it so easy with Nami hating each other and Yanu constantly losing. Sega had basically a lot of things handed to them. I feel like if a Nami or a Yanu is sitting next to him, they have better stories to tell at the final tribal council than Charlie does. Clearly, in this new era, we see it's not always about strategy. You have to have a bit of social in there. Was Gabler fully strategy? Was Erica fully strategy? Was Marianne just fully strategy? Jam? You gotta make the jury feel good about giving you $1 million. And also, you gotta put age as a factor. Does the jury want to hand this young guy $1 million? I don't know. Or would they want to hand it to, spoiler alert, someone like Kenzie, who we now know is pregnant. We also know that she wants to build a family. So, would they give it to him? Would they give it to someone like Liz, who has a kid? Q, who's married? Would they give it to Maria, who has children? I just don't know what he has as a winning game. He's playing the best game. I think if he loses, maybe borderline robbery, but I just don't see a world where he wins. He's giving fire-making loser or definitely a runner-up scenario for me. And still, at number 1, just like my last video, I have Kenzie. Now, is Kenzie playing the best game right now on the island? Definitely not. She just got blindsided by the Tiffany vote, and she actively was trying to get Q out, and her plan got denied by Charlie at the 9th hour. So is Kenzie playing the best game? Absolutely not. Strategically, she's not. Socially, she is playing an insane game. We have people like Ben talking about how he loves Kenzie. Of course, Tiffany loved Kenzie. Hunter said Kenzie was his number one. So, like, already right there, if Ben goes on jury, that's 3 votes. You only need 5 to win, let alone the story Kenzie has of being on Yanu is such a good story. Why wouldn't you want to give that person $1 million? And she hasn't done anything wrong. I mean, she's been left out of 1 vote. It's not like she's been left out of a ton of votes like someone like Owen or Jake in previous seasons. Also, something about the edit. When Maria made that move on Tiffany, I was like, is this the surge for Maria? Is she going to get that winner's edit now? Is this where she pops out of nowhere around the corner? The edit seemed to focus more on Kenzie's failure than Maria's success. And the edit is trying to tell us all this stuff about Kenzie. Every time she's wrong, she has a good reason why she's wrong. The edit's trying to tell us that, yes, she's wrong, but it still is going to benefit her. I mean, it's just screaming that she's going to win the season, and if you guys don't see it, I don't know. Now, there is one thing that makes my head scratch a little bit about her, and it's this clip. I don't know if it's a red herring or if it's true. Take a look.
Right now, there is at least one of you that cannot win, no matter who you go to the end with. It won't matter. Something about your personality is not going to gel with this group, and you won't get the votes.
Now, when Jeff says, no matter what you do, one of you cannot win, the camera immediately pans to Kenzie's face. I saw that in the first episode, and I was like, they're trying to tell us something. Are they trying to tell us no matter what Kenzie does, she falls short? Or are they trying to make us think that, and it's a red herring because Kenzie runs away with this thing and wins? Another thing to note about that clip, when Jeff says someone won't get enough jury votes, the camera slowly moves over to Siga, and we see Charlie's face. I mean, right now, to me, I see Kenzie maybe winning 7-1 or 6-2, and she's in a final 3 with Charlie and maybe Liz or Ben as a 0 vote finalist, but I just think the edit is screaming a Kenzie win. Anyways, if you guys enjoyed this video, please make sure to like and subscribe. What a great season Survivor 46 has been, and I'll see you in the next one. Goodbye. Well, actually, you'll see my finale predictions after the final 6 episode tomorrow. Goodbye.